Hey everybody, welcome to another video here on this channel. Today I'm going to talk about what we are going to build in Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Sales. While if you get a license for Dynamics 365 for Sales, you get already a lot of features, a lot of stuff, but sometimes you would want to customize it because you have more processes in your business that you want to get into your CRM tool. The CRM tool that we choose to work with today, of course, is Dynamics 365 for Sales because it is so customizable. If you buy other CRMs, if you look at popular CRMs like Pipedrive, like HubSpot, like all the others, they can be customized, but to a certain extent. And if you want to do more, you need to pay more, or it's just plain not possible because they want to protect their own IP, of course, which I understand. Now, I made a whole video about the comparison between Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Pipedrive, just to give you an idea what you can expect with each of these tools and why you should choose one or the other. There is no good answer here. I mean, it depends on your business, right? But for us and for many of our customers, more and more we see that customizing your CRM is really needed because every business is unique. And now also the biggest advantage of using something like Dynamics 365 is the inclusion of AI, the inclusion of the Copilot tool from Microsoft. That is a huge, huge advantage compared to all the others. While others might have also AI capabilities, Copilot is definitely by far one of the best AI tools out there because it uses your own company data, because it uses the models from OpenAI, and because everything stays within your tenant. You don't need to go outside of your tenant, of your Microsoft 365 tenant to do stuff. You don't need to connect with weird APIs or do some weird automations using Zapier or Make or even Power Automate. You can just stay within your environment. So that's also a big advantage. That being said, we're choosing Dynamics 365 for Sales, and we're going to build a new business process. Why do we want to customize our Dynamics 365 for Sales? Is because the only business processes that are in Dynamics right now within Dynamics 365 for Sales is about getting from a lead to an opportunity, right? From a lead to opportunity, this is fine. In many cases, this is fine. But what we want to do today is actually building a process to get new partners, get new partnerships going for our business. It is one of our main processes to do business development. Because with partnerships, you can reach bigger audiences faster. That's just the truth. So that's why we want to have this process also in our CRM. Because you still need to follow up with people. You still need to nurture them. You have to know in which stage they're at. Maybe you've been reaching out to people for quite a while now, and maybe they are in a stage where you've already showed up on one of their events and so on. But you need to know that, because even if you would think like, I will remember that, right? Or I will just put it down on a note or maybe an Excel file. I mean, having a structured way of following up with partners is crucial here. I think it helps you stay focused on building out the best partnerships that you can for your business development. That's why I'm choosing to build this within Dynamics 365 for Sales on top of the current foundation of the tool, because it's super solid, right? The foundation of Dynamics 365 is super solid. So I don't need to change that much actually. But because it's so customizable, I can just build on top of that. And that is super valuable. So how does it look like? Let me show you. So here is a little bit of an overview what we're going to do. Here, what you can see here is actually the process that I want to integrate within our CRM, within our Dynamics 365 for Sales. And you can see a lot of stages here. So this is what we're going to build. And this is the process that we are going to attach to specific people that we want to partner up with. If you're familiar with the Dream 100 concept, it basically means that you want to build a list of 100 ideal partners ideal customers, even if you want. It can be in different categories that you have a Dream 100 list. In this instance, it's about partners. So we want to have like an overview of 100 ideal people that we want to partner up with, and we want to see in which stage they're at in the process. That's why we build something like this. And we can do that within Dynamics 365. This, by the way, is something we cannot really do in other CRMs unless you pay a lot of extra money. And even then, it is not as customizable as this one, because I'm calling it lead to partner process. I'm calling it different stages. And in other CRMs, you might have different pipelines, but it's still very much about leads and customers and so on, not so much about partners. So that's why I love this, right? And also it stays within the license cost. You don't need to pay extra to be able to build something like that. Also very, very important. So here's a little bit of the explanation that I'm doing right now. And here, these are the elements that we're actually going to build. So in this video, I'm just going to give you a high-level overview of what we have been building and where you can find all the stuff. In the next couple of videos in this series, we will go deeper into building the business process, custom choices, custom views, custom segments, custom sequences that all tie to each other, right, to build this full workflow, to build this full process. Okay? All right. So let's go to Dynamics 365 for sales. So here, I'm already in the situation where I have built it. So you can see now this is one of our leads here, and I chose this lead and I attached this process, the lead to partner process, to it. And you can see all the stages are in here, and they are all connected to specific data items, right? Because you can say, okay, based on this stage, it has to have these elements filled out before you can go to the next stage, and so on and so on and so on. So that's what we have here. So to really see a visualization of in which stage are we at with our potential partner. The thing is that within Dynamics 365, of course, if you have the license, you get all of this on the left-hand side. You get the full menu, you get the leads, and within the leads, you have already the very familiar lead to opportunity sales process. And this is the default one that you get, right? But this is not the one that we want. We want to have our custom one. So where do we start with this, right? Where do we start by building something like this? Okay, well, we have to customize our Dynamics 365. And the best way to do that is going to the advanced settings and basically going to build a new solution. So we go here, the advanced settings, then we go to solutions here on the left-hand side. And then it actually opens up the Power Platform with an overview of all the solutions that we have. So we already went ahead and we created the sales configuration solution. And in here, you can see already some of the objects that we added to this solution. And these are the objects that we actually want to customize, that we want to do some stuff with that is not out of the box, right? And for our process, actually, so if you go back here, so for this process, this is called a business process within Dynamics 365. It's a business process actually within a Power Platform. So if you want to attach a lead, a person to this process, we have to build it. We have to build this. We have to add a customization to it. So I'm just going to remove these ones to make it clear. So if you go back to our Power Platform, to our custom solution, then here we can add existing. And that's what I always love to do, is add existing tables, views, also the processes, which you can find under. So add existing, automation, and then you go to process. Here you will find all the business processes that are available out of the box in Dynamics 365. And as I've mentioned before, it's not just about sales, right? There's a lot of stuff in here that you can start using, but you will find the lead to opportunity process. So here you can see there are a couple of copies here, right? But the lead to opportunity sales process is here. You can include that into your custom solution, right? That's what I did here. And from here, and for the editor, and now I'm just checking which one that I need to use to copy this. I think I made just a new one, because this is the table. Yeah, this is the process. Yeah, I just created a new one actually, so you can cut that out. So so we included the default process here just to check how it looks like, but we actually just created a new process. So if you go to new automation and process, and then you go to business process flow, that's the one that you need, you can actually create a new one. So let's call it test and so on. It creates a table, well, it attaches to a table, sorry. So you can attach it to a table. So for instance, lead, because we want to work with the leads. Where is it? Here, right? And then you have the name and so on, and then you create the business process. So if you go into the custom process, I'll show you. So I'll go in here. This opens up the business process editor, where you can start building your business process. So it works with stages. We will go deeper into that in another video, but here is where I very quickly just built out all of the stages, right? So new partner lead, connected, all of these other ones, I added them in here in this business process editor. Then you save it, you activate it, you validate it. Once it is in here, once it's done, the next step is that you actually have to add it to your app. Because if you're going into Dynamics 365 for sales, you have the possibility, if you're in a lead, for example, here you can see process, you can switch processes. And here I can switch between the two that are active for leads, okay? Now to get this option in here, there is a little bit of a trick that you need to do. I call it a trick because I was looking for it and I didn't find it very intuitive to do it like that, but okay. First, oh yeah, before I forget, do not forget to actually go back to your solution and publish all customizations, right? Publish them, otherwise they will not be available neither. So publish your customizations, then go to back to your Sales Hub and click on Sales Hub. This will open up an overview of all the apps that are installed in your environment, and one of them is Sales Hub here. Now if you click on the three dots, you have to actually open it in the designer to be able to add the business process to the app. Otherwise, it will never show up. So that's what I did here. I added this one to the app. So you go to the left-hand side here to automation. And here you can see automations, business process flows in this app, lead to partner processes here, and all the other ones that are not in the app. So if you start out with a new business process, and you publish the customizations, you will see here that it shows up in the not in this app. It will show up not in this app overview. And then you add it, and that's it. You save, you publish, and done. Right? Then you actually publish your Sales Hub app, because it is a model driven. Wait. So I always forget how they're called. It is it's not a Canvas app, it's a model-driven app. Yeah, okay. So it's a model-driven app. So yeah, you have to update your app. You have to add the business process because your sales hub basically is a model-driven app in Power Apps, in the Power Platform. So you could even reconstruct the whole Sales Hub app yourself if you would want to. But that's also one of the biggest benefits of something like Dynamics 365 for Sales is that it is built on top of such a big, good, solid foundation, a platform, Power Platform. It is super solid, so you are very safe if you use something like this, if you start playing around with this. Okay, so we added the business process, so now we will see that we can switch the processes, right? So there you go. So then we can switch the business process there, and then we have the stages here. Now the next thing to do, next thing that I wanted to get from this, not just the stages, I want to have like an easy way to get an overview of these partner leads. To do that, I was thinking like, okay, what is the best way? We can maybe add them to a specific leads list. If you're using other CRM tools, sometimes you can see that you can create new lists for leads. Now, in this instance, we only have the leads table. We're not going to create a partners table. That's just too much work. I'm not going to do that. So I was thinking, okay, then we just need to add these leads to a list. I was thinking maybe we can add them to a marketing list, which is possible. You can do that, and you can actually also filter on that. So you could do that. But there is a better way, a more automated way as well, to get your leads into the right processes from the get-go. And it's tied to the data that you have on your leads. Because from the data that you have here, and especially the one that I'm using is the field industry, based on this field, based on the value of this field, I want to actually segment my leads. And the good thing about Dynamics 365 for Sales is that you can create segments and that you can attach these segments to sequences. And that you can also automatically say, well, if a lead is in the industry B2B SaaS, they're automatically added to the segment, automatically added to the sequence, and then you can easily just filter, create a view here based on the segment. That's what I did here. So this view is a view where I filter out all the leads that are connected to or that are included into the segment that I built. And I think that's a better way. That's a good way because then if you just adjust the industry, they're added automatically. They're added automatically in this overview. They're added to the sequence. And I love it. You know, that saves me a lot of time. First, what I need to do before I even get to create a segment is actually making sure that I have the choice of the specific industry that I want to add here. Because B2B SaaS is not part of this out-of-the-box list, and I really just want to have B2B SaaS or B2C SaaS and not playing around with technology, whatever. Just calling it B2B SaaS is super clear for everybody. Now, to be able to add this or to select that new choice, I need to add it. I need to make a customization. So I have to go back to my custom solution. I have to add the lead table. So add the existing lead table. And from here, I can actually open up the columns. I can add an existing column again. So you can see that I do not add everything in my custom solution. I'm only adding the things that I want to customize. That gives me a better overview of what is being customized. I could add all of them, but then, yeah, I don't know. I just like it. I like it more like this, just really only the things that I want to change, I want to put in there. So it tells me, it tells everybody that uses this, this is what has been customized. So the field that, or the column that I want to customize is industry. And if you open this one, then you can add just a choice here. So I added these two choices. I added the numbers as well and done with it. And then again, saving and publishing customizations is what I had to do. Next is then, well, maybe one thing to mention here is that I don't know why they did this like this, because this choice field is not a global choice, which means that this is local. So which means that anything that you add in here stays local in this column. So anywhere else that the field or the column industry is being used, you don't get these choices. Anyway, so that's okay. A bit, yeah, you can cut that out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that little tidbit. Come on. Okay. Anyway, so we have the new choice. So now we can go back and we can actually just select the new choice here. So the next step is that we want to have a segment that recognizes that I selected B2B SaaS and that it adds the lead to that segment so that we can show it in this view, which is called My Dream 100 Partner Leads. Where do we create a segment? Well, we have to go a little bit deeper and we have to actually go to Sales Insights settings. That's where we have to go. And then here we go to Work Assignment. And then we can find the segments. And here you can select between leads and opportunities. And you can see there are 2 segments for leads. 2 because I added a new one. So you can create a new segment here based on, leads, right? This is for leads. So you can create that one. Well, how does it look like? So if you go into the segment, so within your segment definition here, you actually say like, okay, based on this data from this lead, it has to be added to the segment. So I just say, if the industry equals B2B SaaS, then they should be added to the segment. That's it. And we can attach a sequence. So I created a sequence, which I'll show you in a minute. I created a sequence to help me and anybody from our team to help us follow up with these partner leads efficiently, so that we not only see the stages, but we also see what are the next steps, what are the actual activities that we need to do. And this is attached to the segment, so it also automatically starts the sequence when we add people to the segments. And that's what I love more than the option, for instance, to add leads to a marketing list. I'm not sure, but I don't think, because don't cut out I'm not sure. So I love that this can be done through segments. So we have this one now. That's it. That's all we have to do, nothing else. So now if we go back to our overview of leads and we have somebody coming through. So wait, I'll just show you. So we had, you can see how many leads that are attached to it. So if you open up the segment, you see segmented leads. We have 3 leads here, right? So if I now add just somebody else based on the data, based on the metadata on the data that we add on the lead. So if I pick one here and I go to the details and I just select B2B SaaS, don't forget to save. There we go. It's fine, just ignore. This is all test information anyway. So now I've added it to this industry. Then you will see it starts showing up in that segment. So we had 3 people in there. Now we should have 4. It could take a while before it actually shows up. We do just a refresh here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So now we have 4 people in here. And if you go to this person, then you will immediately see that it has been attached also to the Dream 100 potential partner follow-up sequence. And it shows immediately the steps that we need to take. So LinkedIn research, research connections, This is what I have defined in this custom sequence. So pretty cool stuff. So last thing that I want to show you is that I created a sequence. Now, this is different than the process itself, because as you can see, we have like the lead to opportunity still here. I should switch this actually to the lead to partner process, but this is different than the sequence. So again, the sequence is about what to do next, the steps. The business process is about the stages in which the lead is in and what data is connected to it, and we can also connect flows to it and so on and so on. Now, flows can also be connected to sequences. But you can see it's in a different place here, and it really helps you stay on top of the next things to do. So where do we find these sequences? Actually, the same place as we find segments. We go to Sales Insights Settings, and we go to Sequences. And in here, you have the Dream 100 potential partner sequence that I have been building. And this is how it looks like. So pretty simple for now. You can see some of the statistics, how many people have gone through it already, and so on. And all of the steps that in an ideal world, these are all the steps that will be performed on these leads to get them towards the outcome. So this helps to get the leads towards the outcome, which is to be a partner with us. That's what we want, right? And this is cool because it helps me stay on top of things. I know exactly what to do, what has been done, what has not been done. And what I have defined, and I think this is important as well, if you create something like a sequence, even if it's just for your potential customers, the sequence for me is all about listing out all of the steps that you have already done to get a new partner, to get a new customer, any of those. Because if you've done it frequently already, at a certain stage, you know more or less like which are the steps that we have to take here to get them closer to partnering up with us, signing up to our program, buying our product, whatever. And this is where these sequences come into play. If you list out all of these steps here, and you can go very detailed. You can send automated emails. You can also start Power Automate flows from this. So the possibilities with this are endless. And the way that I'm starting to use this is more and more as a replacement for a tool like MailChimp. So especially the first couple of touch points that you have with leads, people that have shown an interest in what you do, instead of adding them to a marketing tool like MailChimp or What else do we have there? Convert kit and whatnot. I do it through here because I can send automated emails. Now, they are not as fancy as all these other tools, but they don't have to be. Not right now. Not right now. Cool. So we have our sequence as well. So this is also attached to the segment. So it all comes together into one clear overview of who is this person, in which stage of the business process are they at, what tasks do I need to do, right? And eventually, because they are in these segments, if we want to create campaigns, for example, if you want to send out emails to a specific segment, we already have them there as well. You can also see on the right-hand side that I have Copilot for Sales. So this also then helps me to identify what I need to know about this person and so on. This is for a later video as well. Check out our videos here on the channel for that. But yeah, this is a global overview of what we have been building the last couple of days. And as said before, we will go deeper into each of these pieces here, so you know exactly how to build it, where to find it, what are the options, and so on and so on and so on. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this one. If you like what you see, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it if you follow us along. And don't forget to watch the other videos about more of the details about this, about building this process. If you have any other suggestions for this channel, for things that you want to see or you want to discover together with us, just let us know in the comments and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to make your processes a breeze through automation, through AI. And if you need help with that, you know where to find us. Thank you, and until the next time. Bye.